The discovery of Project Abyss had sent shockwaves through the Alliance. With the information gathered from the abandoned facility, the focus now turned to locating the Nexus, the heart of the Syndicate's psychological manipulation project. Elara and her team were acutely aware that finding and neutralizing the Nexus was paramount to thwarting the Syndicate's plans. The Alliance's intelligence division worked tirelessly to analyze the documents and data drives recovered from the abandoned facility. They meticulously cross-referenced the information with their existing databases and conducted a global search for any signs or clues that might lead to the Nexus. The process was grueling, with countless hours spent poring over data and running simulations. The team employed advanced analytics and AI-driven search algorithms to sift through vast amounts of information, hoping to pinpoint the location of the Nexus. After several weeks of intense effort, a breakthrough occurred. One of the data drives contained an encrypted message that, when decrypted, revealed coordinates and a series of cryptic symbols. The coordinates pointed to a remote location in the Arctic Circle, a region known for its harsh conditions and isolation. Elara and her team were immediately dispatched to investigate the Arctic coordinates. The journey to the remote location was arduous, involving treacherous weather conditions and challenging terrain. They traveled by specialized transport and employed advanced survival gear to navigate the harsh environment. Upon reaching the coordinates, they discovered a hidden entrance concealed beneath the ice and snow. The entrance led to an underground facility, and the team carefully made their way inside. The facility was an extensive and high-tech compound with advanced security measures and state-of-the-art technology. As they explored the facility, Elara and her team encountered a series of security checkpoints and automated defenses. They had to use their expertise and ingenuity to bypass these obstacles and proceed further into the complex. The facility was eerily quiet, and the atmosphere was tense as they made their way through the labyrinthine corridors. Eventually, they reached a central chamber that appeared to be the core of the Nexus. The chamber was filled with sophisticated equipment and data terminals, and the walls were lined with screens displaying real-time data and psychological analysis. The facility was a cutting-edge research center dedicated to the goals of Project Abyss. In the center of the chamber stood a large control console, which appeared to be the command hub for the entire operation. Elara and her team approached the console and began to interface with the system, trying to access the central database and gather as much information as possible. As they worked, they uncovered details about the Syndicate's experiments and their efforts to develop techniques for psychological control and manipulation. The data revealed that the Nexus was at the forefront of the Syndicate's efforts to harness advanced technologies for their nefarious purposes. The team discovered that the Syndicate had developed a range of tools and methodologies designed to exploit human vulnerabilities. These included advanced algorithms for behavioral analysis, technologies for subliminal messaging, and techniques for inducing psychological stress and compliance. The more they uncovered, the clearer it became that the Nexus was not just a research facility, but a central hub for the Syndicate's global operations. The information they gathered indicated that the Syndicate intended to deploy their psychological control technologies on a massive scale, targeting key institutions and populations worldwide. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Elara and her team knew they had to act swiftly. They needed to disable the Nexus and prevent the Syndicate from using their technologies to manipulate and control individuals on a global scale. They carefully crafted a plan to disable the facility's main systems and destroy any remaining research data. The objective was to render the Nexus inoperable and ensure that the Syndicate could not continue their operations. The team set to work, initiating a series of countermeasures to neutralize the facility's systems. They employed a combination of electronic warfare techniques and physical sabotage to disable the control console and destroy key components of the facility. As they worked, they encountered resistance from Syndicate operatives who had been alerted to their presence. The ensuing confrontation was intense, but Elara and her team managed to hold their ground and complete their mission. With the Nexus compromised and its systems disabled, Elara and her team made their way back to the surface. They left the facility knowing that they had struck a significant blow against the Syndicate and prevented their psychological control technologies from being used for malicious purposes. The successful operation at the Nexus was a critical victory for the Alliance. It demonstrated their ability to confront and neutralize the Syndicate's most advanced threat. However, the fight was far from over. The Syndicate remained a formidable adversary, and the Alliance continued to face challenges and uncertainties in their ongoing struggle. As Elara and her team returned to headquarters, they were met with a mixture of relief and determination. The mission had been successful, but the Alliance remained vigilant and prepared for any further threats. The struggle against the Syndicate was a testament to their resilience and commitment to protecting their world from the forces of manipulation and control. The journey ahead was uncertain, but Elara and her team were ready to face the challenges that lay before them. Their resolve was strengthened by their recent victory, and they remained dedicated to their mission of safeguarding their world and confronting the Syndicate's ambitions. The story of their struggle continued, marked by bravery, perseverance, and an unwavering commitment to justice.